He hunted when the city slept. When the lights went out and Los Angeles lay quiet, a shadow began to move slipping through windows, creeping down hallways, bringing death to anyone unlucky enough to be in his path. His name was Richard Ramirez. But to a terrified nation, he was known only as the Night Stalker. It started in 1984, a series of break-ins and murders, brutal, chaotic, almost animalistic. The victims were random, old, young, rich, poor. Ramirez had no pattern, and that made him unstoppable. He didn't stalk his prey for days like some killers. He didn't choose carefully. He simply entered homes at night and unleashed hell. Sometimes he carried a gun, sometimes a knife, sometimes a hammer or a tire iron. There were no rules. He shot sleeping men in the head. He raped women while forcing them to swear allegiance to Satan. In some homes, he left his mark, a pentagram drawn on a wall, sometimes even on the victim's body, proof that this wasn't just murder. It was ritual. For over a year, Los Angeles was drowning in fear. People locked their doors, nailed their windows shut, and kept weapons by their beds. The news couldn't stop talking about him. They called him the Night Stalker, and the name fit. He was a phantom, striking at random and disappearing into the darkness. Every night felt dangerous. Every sound outside could be him. And then the attacks spread north to San Francisco, as if no city could escape his shadow. The brutality of his crimes was unmatched. He didn't just kill, he tortured. He kidnapped children, assaulted them, and then released them, as if feeding on the chaos he created. And when the murders were over, he often lingered, eating food from his victims' kitchens, leaving fingerprints, footprints, and symbols behind, taunting the police with every crime scene. But Richard Ramirez wasn't some criminal mastermind. He was sloppy. His fingerprints were found in a stolen car. Witnesses saw his decaying teeth, his gaunt face, his wild, black hair. The media printed his mugshot, and on August 31st, 1985, the nightmare ended not with a gunfight, but with a street battle. Ramirez walked into an East LA neighborhood to steal a car. People recognized him from the newspapers. And they didn't run. They chased him. A mob of citizens brought down one of the most feared killers in American history before the police even arrived. At trial, Ramirez became the very thing the media had painted him as, a monster who loved the attention. He smirked, flashed a pentagram carved into his palm, and shouted, "Hail Satan," in open court. He showed no guilt, no remorse, nothing. The jury convicted him of 13 murders, 11 sexual assaults, and countless other crimes. He was sentenced to death. But the Night Stalker never made it to the execution chamber. He spent the rest of his life on death row, collecting fan mail from women who called him sexy and mysterious. In 2013, he died from cancer at the age of 53. For more than a year, he was a walking nightmare, a real-life demon haunting the West Coast. He wasn't a ghost story. He wasn't a myth. He was flesh and blood, and his name still echoes in the darkest corners of true crime history. Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker,